Hello and welcome to the second sales tip for July 2014. I hope you enjoyed the first two this month as we missed out the sales tip for June. It's Tim Royds here, Director of HighClear, a company that provides both sales consultancy and sales training solutions both in the UK and internationally, but we focus purely on the B2B sector. So what's the second tip for this month going to be? Well, I want to provoke a little bit of thought about questions that are asked when salespeople are in front of the customer and they're aiming to understand about how the decision-making process is going to happen. How about these for 4 questions? I've got them written down here just to make sure I said them absolutely right, to see if you're going to be impressed with them. Is it you who's making the decision? We ask the potential client. Is the budget in place? Important. How soon is the decision going to be made? Again, important. What concerns do you have? Again, potentially important. Good questions? Well, I don't think so, in all honesty, because looking at these questions, they're kind of leading the customer to say either very limited things or perhaps not give the right information, and you going away with not quite the full picture. Let's have a look at these 4 again. Is it you who's making the decision? Yes or no are the 2 answers to that. Well, look, how about changing the wording of that question slightly so that it leads the customer to providing more information? So instead of, is it you who's making the decision, how about, who else is involved in the decision-making process? There will be somebody, but that question then invites them to articulate exactly who that is. Let's have a look at the second question that I initially stated. Is the budget in place? You're going to get a yes or no answer to that. And the likelihood is, by the way, with those first 2 questions, people will say yes in order not to lose face when they're in discussions with you. So how about this as an alternative to that second question? What needs to be done in order for you to secure the budget, and what can we help with? You know, they might say, nothing, it's already in place, not a problem. Or they might say, actually, there are a couple of things that we do need to sort out. You can't help with them, though. Or they may even say, yes, there are a couple of things that we need to sort out, and there is one that you might be able to help with. There's another piece of information I need, please. It provides the opportunity for the customer to give you far more information. So question number 3 was, how soon is the decision going to be made? Well, how about instead asking, okay, so what are the main 3 stepping stones that need to be in place before the decision's made? Gives you a lot more information, doesn't it? And a final one, what concerns do you have? Well, that's like saying, please think about something you're worried about, which is not exactly conducive to a positive conversation. Instead of that, how about asking something like, if there were 3 issues or our proposition could address, which would make you feel really comfortable, what would they be? Again, you're inviting the customer to talk about 3 potential issues. You're not asking for concerns, you're simply saying, what are the positive things we can tell you about? So I'll run through the 4 initial questions again, my proposed 4 alternatives, and you see which of these you prefer. So initially we had, is it you who's making the decision? Is the budget in place? How soon is the decision going to be made? What concerns do you have? And I'm proposing instead we have, who else is involved in the decision-making process? What needs to be done in order for you to secure the budget, and what can we help with? What are the main 3 stepping stones that need to be in place before the decision's made? And finally, if there were 3 issues our proposition could address, which would make you feel really comfortable, what would they be? Now, they're just examples, but the point of this month's sales tip is, think carefully about how questions are worded. The danger is, if they're not worded correctly, they'll either lead the customer to give you particular pieces of information like a yes, no, particularly when face might be lost, or the wording might limit the amount of information that you're provided. And that takes planning. Food for thought? Look forward to seeing you in August.